bunch of fans raised $20,000 for Dunkirk-related charities, including the Dunkirk Little Ship, the Skylark 9, and for the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. So if you want anything to say to those people that... I mean, that's...
it's so incredible. I think when people react to stuff and want to do little things to help, everyone does these things and shows that a little bit kind of adds up to these amazing things. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So nice.
To think that,
And thank you.
It's great that people take the initiative to do that.
I think that's great.
Mean, you didn't ask them to do it, but it's really... And does it give you any pause as to, the things you choose because something like that might happen? Or is something that you think, that'd be interesting?
I think it's amazing. If someone has a choice and they choose to, do something like that, that's incredible.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Being that, there's a lot of established actors, and obviously Christopher Nolan's the director, after you finish that first scene, and it was cut, all right, good, wrap on that, what kind of feeling did you have over yourself?
I don't know. It was my first day on set was one of the hardest kind of conditions-wise. There was kind of one focus with the film, and it was telling the story, and it almost felt like it didn't really matter that we were kind of in it. It was all about telling this incredible story, and I'm such a massive fan of Chris's, so it was kind of just amazing to be around everyone, really.
Something that's fascinating from a music perspective is that seeing your success, Liam, Niall, and Louis, has been so great to watch, because historically that doesn't necessarily happen. Bands, they take a break or they break up or whatever. Usually there's only one or two guys that succeed. In all sense, you guys are all doing great. How amazing is that to see and to feel? And does that have any kind of effect to you?
Yeah, I think it's so nice for us. We had such a good time, and it was the best thing that ever happened to us. And I think it's really nice that everyone's kind of getting to go off and write the kind of stuff that they would want to sing if they were singing songs on their own. Yeah, everything's so different too. I think that's what's really cool about it. I think it's great. It's so nice for us to also see each other doing so well. I think it's it's really cool. Yeah, I try not to be on it too much.
Because if you consume, do you feel like you don't create enough? A lot of people
I don't think so. I think they go together. I think you can... consuming doesn't mean you can't create. I think if anything, kind of taking stuff in is always going to help you put stuff out. So it can be interesting.
It definitely conversational.
There's some mean people on there.
It's true.
It's pretty great. There's some nice people too.
Is anything recently your favorite things that have just popped up on your screen?
Food deliveries, probably.
Exactly.
It's my favorite.
Postmate everything.
It's my favorite thing to pop up on the screen.
The other interesting thing is, spoiler, not spoiler, but you don't. It truly is about, like you said, the people in this film. You don't really see a traditional villain. You don't see the Axis powers. There is a little bit. I don't want to say psychological thriller in a way.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more about the emotional side of war and what these people would have gone through, and you don't there's not a specific enemy. It's not kind of honed in on that. I think watching it feels like you're surrounded, because it feels like you're with these people, and the characters to a certain degree are pretty much a blank slate. And I think for the audience, with them not having these massive backstories, you're just projecting your own fear onto them and kind of watching them go through how you feel you might be feeling at that kind of point. So yeah, it's definitely more about the emotional side, which is obviously not what every film set in kind of that setting is like, and I think it makes it a much more intense kind of emotional experience, really.
Is there anything that you admire, specifically about your co-stars who are some of the most talented people in acting, period?
Yeah, I'm just a massive fan of so many people who worked on this film.
I could watch Kenneth Branagh all day.
Yeah, there's so many incredible people in it. It's hard to pick one. But
is it almost overwhelming in a way?
It is. It's. I feel very lucky to be in such incredible company.
Harry, do you lurk on Twitter?
Do I lurk?
Do you lurk? Do you see what people are doing? Do you to scroll when you're on the potty or something?
Scroll sometimes. Not a ton. Not a ton.
But every once in a while you poke in and you see what people are doing. You're like, okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna go back to writing this song.
Like brief, yeah, maybe brief ones. But I'm not a super lurker, no. My thumbs hurt too much. I don't like scrolling.
Or the pinky holding the phone up like that.
You get a little dent in the thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it hurts my wrist.
The one thing I want to know, because obviously we know latest album, you've got 10 songs on it. You've got 2 tours planned.
There is 10. I
want to know what you have planned for the tour. I want to know, what are you filling this time with? Are you doing any covers or what fun stuff can we expect? But for this tour, are you gonna play every song?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna play every song from the record. I'll play a bunch of stuff that I like. I'll play some stuff that I've written that maybe wasn't on the album. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm very much looking forward to going out on the road.
The song that we're playing now, Two Ghosts, it's
Yeah.
it's in our show Hitbound, which is music people should know about if they haven't bought the album already. Tell us about the song, and can you tell specifically like where you wrote it, how it came about specifically?
I actually wrote it in California. I wrote it's the only song from the album that I didn't write while kind of sitting down to do the record. So I wrote about 4 years ago. It was in my emails. Yeah, I kind of went back to it and played it for everyone, and we kind of worked on it, and it was just kind of an old voice note. And yeah, I like this song a lot.
Would you just like, if you have an idea, you just email yourself like harrysmusic@gmail.com.
Exactly.
And like that's where you kind of save your stuff?
That is my email address.
There we go.
Exactly.
Before we go, I promise I would ask some fan questions. Some ridiculous, some not. Do you have a favorite toe?
Favorite toe?
Favorite toe.
Wow.
I know,
That's
right?
a great question. Is
Right?
that a great question? I quite like it. I'm going to go big left because I stubbed it once, and now sometimes when I move it, there's a click, and I kind of feel bad for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. From your perspective, what is this song about, and what could people take from it?
I never really like to explain stuff too much because I think, what people take away from it is so much more important than me telling them kind of what it's about. I think in general, it's, it's relatively self-explanatory in that it's about, sometimes for no reason things just aren't, come back to something that's not necessarily the same. Some things just change sometimes.
This thing is you guys learn this in school. Obviously in America we don't learn this particular battle.
Yeah.
Because there's no Americans or anything involved in it.
Yeah.
But is it interesting, like, just learning this in school and then be like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I think, when you learn it at school in England, it's obviously not our finest moment in the war. It's not a win. It was an evacuation. So it's kind of told in this, like, fairy tale way that's kind of washed over. And it's, these people were trapped and these people came and saved them and they got them home. And I think with this, it's like you're seeing it on a human level and you're looking at these people as individuals and not the number of people who got home, and I think that's what makes it such a powerful film, really.
Doing this and having a different perspective and a different art, did that kind of inspire you musically in any way?
I mean, I think being around people who are so good at what they do and going through anything, just experiencing things, is always going to help you. And I think doing anything creative, I guess, or otherwise, is always going to help you when it comes to, writing music. I definitely feel like I, walked away with something from the film in terms of, how I felt about it, and just going through stuff is always going to help you when it comes to writing music.
Do you have a favorite song right now?
Favorite song right now? Do you know what? I actually really like that Bad Liar song.
Do you?
Selena Gomez tune. Yeah, I do.
It is
I like that tune a lot.
Being that, there's a lot of established actors, and obviously Christopher Nolan's the director. After you finished that first scene, and it was like, cut, all right, good, wrap on that. What kind of feeling did you have over yourself?
I don't know. It was my first day on set was one of the hardest kind of conditions-wise. There was kind of one focus with the film, and it was telling this story, and it almost felt like it didn't really matter that we were kind of in it. It was all about telling this incredible story, and I'm such a massive fan of Chris's, so it was kind of just amazing to, be around everyone, really.
I feel like today, we know what we ate for breakfast a year ago at this point, thanks to like the internet and stuff. Now, history, if you want to say back in the day, I feel like more than ever we need to talk about it a little bit more to remember what's happened, especially, what's going on in the world, whatever. Was it weird? Because, most of the time people go visit like where the Civil War was, but everyone's wearing regular clothes. You're literally in the place where this happened, dressed in the era in which it happened.
Yeah.
How is it eerie? Is it weird? What kind of a feeling and sense does that give you?
It's definitely a little eerie. I think, everyone's very aware that we're not in the danger that they were in. So it's difficult to kind of get right there. But there's definitely a sense of, in terms of your senses being kind of stimulated. You're looking around and seeing all this stuff, and that's pretty crazy. You don't see that all the time. And I think this is the first film that Chris has made that's based on real historic events, and I think with someone like him whose attention to detail is so precise, he almost got to like enjoy it and show off a little bit with this one, because he knew so much about it, and it was like a real passion thing for him. So he really got to, show that he kind of knew what he was talking about. It's amazing to be around. Being
around someone like that talented and that smart just either makes you feel like, man, I need to work harder, or like, kind of, does it inspire you in a different way than like being around a great musician?
Anytime you're around someone who's so passionate about what they do, it's so infectious, and it makes you, it's inspiring. And it's a privilege, I think. Anytime you get to be around people that you're a fan of, it's you just try and soak up as much as you can.
And did you feel any importance in that, going back to like telling history that isn't documented by like Twitter and Facebook, doing it, that you felt like, not necessarily you're doing like something super important, but it definitely felt like different from something that might be more normal?
Yeah, I think we all wanted to tell this story kind of to the best that we could. It's such a special story, and it felt very special while we were making it. And now I think we're all proud of something that is about such an important event. So yeah, it did feel special, I think.